Do you ever have a song that hit you when you first heard it many, many years ago, and it just keeps coming back on your playlist, and it just speaks to the time you're in right now? Well, one such song for me is off of Actun Baby by U2, and it's One. And I had great influence in music when I was younger. When I was a young kid, my sisters were older than me and were into a lot of good 80s music and really directed me in that, and influenced me through that. I had one sister that was really into punk for a while, that British punk scene. So I had a lot of Violent Femmes and Sex Pistols influence. Both my older sisters were both into hair bands and all that. So I had a lot of that Crew and Rat and Poison and War and all that. But one band they liked a lot too was U2. And when I got older in high school and started develop my own music taste, U2 was part of that influence and came into it. And off that early 90s song, One, it just spoke to me then. It was a good, chill mood type thing, spoke to me. But later in life, when I started reflecting on it and seeing what's happening, it just speaks to me at different times about situations going on. And I think it's really speaking to me right now about some stuff going on. Where you think about the end of the song where it goes, "Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come to play Jesus to the lepers in your head?" This whole mentality of fixing and repairing, and a lot of it focusing on fixing and repairing other people. It says, "Do I ask too much, more than a lot? You gave me nothing, now that's all I've got." Which really speaks to a lot of times when I'm dealing with, in a lot of cases, Christians or something like this. Did I ask too much? Because all you're giving me is not a lot, and I don't need it. What you're giving me is shame, judgment, guilt, all this. I don't need that. It's not a lot that I can build and use to make myself better and anything like that. It says we hurt each other and then we do it again, really speaking to a lot of what's going on today, where we just constantly are opposing views and hurting each other, and we just keep repeating that cycle and going over it, and it's not getting us anywhere. We're just spinning in the tire. It says, "You say love is a temple, love's a higher law. Then you ask me to enter, but you make me crawl." And that line really speaks to me a lot, especially in deconstruction, because it just spoke to me about how the church was, of them teaching this love is this higher temple, this higher law that we had to achieve and get to. We needed it. And then you invite people into it and you make them lower themselves and beat themselves out and see how worthless they are and cower and crawl into that temple and follow in. And that one really speaks to me a ton on how it went. You can't be holding on to what you got because all you got is hurt. Again, speaking to the time nowadays, is we're holding on to these beliefs and these systems and these ideologies of this is the way it's got to be, and all it does is keep hurting other people on the other side, or yourself or anyone else. We're one love, one blood, one life, got to do what we should. Again, we're all one. We're humanity as one. We're one individual, one life, one blood. We got to come together and help each other out. One life with each other, sisters, brothers, one life, but we're all the same. We got to carry each other, carry each other, carry each other. And I think that really speaks to the reconstruction that we need to kind of do as a society, as a culture, where instead of constantly pointing out the differences and how you're wrong and hurting and constantly doing this, making people submit and crawl into our belief temples, we just need to take people and say, you know what, we have differences and we need to work that out, true. But we also have to carry each other through this. We're suffering through everything else, and we're letting these higher powers affect us and draw and fight against each other instead of picking each other up and unifying and seeing what a common good could be for all of us. When we can realize that we're all one, we're all the same, no matter race, creed, culture, identity, whatever, we're all the same. We're one blood, one life. If we come together and carry each other and help each other through, we can experience great things and great love in this world, because truly, when we realize we're all one, we will have one love to conquer it all.